not so much where he ranks, but I guess the first question I'll ask you, Jermaine, is he an elite manager?
Elite's a very, very powerful, big word in the managerial world. So I don't say he's an elite.
Yeah.
I would say he's a great manager, but you're looking at Pep, you're looking at Klopp. In my eyes, that's elite.
Yeah. So are they the only two you think we've got in the Premier League? Them two, as in the elite of the elite?
I say now, yes. You've got managers who are climbing that ladder and getting close. And the longer it goes on, they may reach those heights. But at the moment, it's just those two who are elite, and the rest are great managers.
Yeah.
Poch, you could put him in that, but again, he's a great manager. He's not won some of the trophies that these boys have won yet.
Of course.
Not won a Premier League, not won a Champions League. So can you call a manager elite if they've not reached that heights, if they've not won no trophies?
So I'm one of them that, and I've said it before on the station about Pochettino, I wouldn't put him in that top bracket. Some people have tried to put him in that bracket with the likes of Klopp and Pep, and I'm not one of them. But people have said then, but he's an elite manager for what he did and the way he transformed Spurs and how he had them competing for top four, pushing for the league titles. And if you look at Zerbi and what he's done, I mean, Brighton's finishes in the Premier League, 6th is the highest they've been, which was last season. The year before they were 9th, 16th, 15th and 17th. And then before that was 15th. So they're clearly a club going in the right direction. 6th with Brighton Football Club, with the resources they've got compared to the likes of a Liverpool and a Manchester City. Does that make him an elite manager, or are you still putting him just below that?
No. Elite managers winning
big trophies.
Big trophies. Getting 6, and that's the highest points or place finish you've done in your history. That doesn't make you an elite manager, because if you look at last year's league and performance of some of the top teams, was miles off it. That league, if every team was on song, they probably wouldn't have got in the 6th or 7th.
Yeah.
Like your Chelsea's, your Spurs, but again, Spurs, you don't know if they're coming or going. Liverpool was way off it. These teams weren't putting performances like that again. So just getting high in the league table doesn't make you elite. Elite managers, when you open that cabinet and you see Europa Cups, League Cups, FA Cups, Premier Leagues, that makes you an elite manager.
Oh, well, I'm going to read out a list of managers, and I need you to tell me if you think Zerbi's better than them or not as good as them, or in that kind of bracket, all right? So I'm going to leave that the top two, because he's not in that bracket. He's not in Klopp's bracket, and he's not in Pep's bracket. Unai Emery.
No, because what he's won won major trophies, and if you look at his points per game to the Zerbi's, he gets 1.8 points per game. The Zerbi gets 1.6. So just on that, he's not better than in Emery. So I don't see him being better than Emery. No.
Yes, I'd have Unai Emery as an elite coach, I think, 100%. Mikel Arteta.
I don't think he's better than Arteta, but Arteta's not an elite. Arteta's a great manager. He's not won anything. You can't go, right, you're an elite manager.
FA Cup. That was in my back pocket. I was holding on to that.
He's won the FA Cup, but again, that's not enough to say, I'm an elite manager. He needs a bit more than that.
A bit more than that.
But
do you think he's on the
He's
road?
on the right, the right path, the right road to maybe become an elite manager on the back of last season's performances, and now they took Man City all the way to the end of the season. So he's doing the right things, but let's see if he can continue, maybe win the league, go far in the Champions League, win a Champions League. All right.
Pochettino.
No, I don't think he's better than Poch. It's a close one. Again, if you're looking at Poch's record, he's not won loads of things. He's had a great PSG team under his belt, but failed to impress in the Champions League. Only just won the French league. So I don't think he's better than Poch though.
And this one, I mean, there's going to be Man United fans going, "What? Erik Ten Hag? What about that?"
Ten Hag's better.
Yeah,
I'll say Ten Hag's better. Yeah, is again, points per game is 2 is 1.6, and again they've won a trophy. I know it's Man United, but he still won a trophy. But I don't think you can say Ten Hag's an elite manager. He's won the league over in with Ajax, which is really just probably 2 teams in it. So I don't see him being elite yet.
This is an interesting one I'm about to give you here. Now, I'm not saying that this manager I'm about to say to you is better than these lot, but what about Eddie Howe? And the reason I say Eddie Howe, if you look at what he's done at Newcastle, I get it, they've got a lot of money, but he's coaching and getting the best. And I'm going to give you 2 examples. You look at Almiron, before he got hold of him. You look at Joe Linton. These two players turned into world beaters under Eddie Howe. Is De Zerbi better than him?
No.
Oh, so you don't really rate De Zerbi because I've named...
No, I'd say that that one's a 50-50. They're both give and go. But with Howe, you got to look at, he didn't spend a lot of money. Yes, they've got a lot of money in the bank that they can, but last year they didn't go out spending 80 millions, 90 millions. You know, it's buying. He's like, what, 35 million or so? And so they're not really using that funds that he's got at his disposal, but he's getting a lot out of his players. Like he said, Almiron, you know, I thought that was Messi at one stage. The way the performance he was putting in. And to get a Champions League spot for Newcastle, it's absolutely fantastic. And you know, you look at the two teams, Brighton and Newcastle back then, there's not much difference. You know, you can't say, oh, Newcastle were way better than Brighton. You can't really say that.